Hello everybody and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the next episode of our Chronicles of Aeodrun series. My name is Josh, I will be your game master for tonight, and as you can see I am joined by some rather lovely people who are playing some rather lovely characters. I'm going to get them to introduce themselves now and their characters and maybe give us a slight description about what they've been getting up to. You can make it as spoiler free as you'd like, or you can spoil everything, it's completely up to you. I'm going to come to Nat first.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns. I'm going to be playing Elodie Fogg, also she, her pronouns. Elodie is a wizard slash artificer combo. She is a philosopher wizard these days. So she has the ability. She also has the ability to break things down into their purest components and make aether. Which is cool. And she's looking a lot more birdie these days, taking on all elements of all of the menagerie that used to be just inside her head. And recently has been in the town of Sachem in the desert, trying to figure out what went on and how long it's been and what's been happening and who can she trust and what's going on with the Imperium and so many questions. Corvu, her familiar, was originally a homunculus and now is like Corvu's a real boy now, real bird, which is exciting. And she's also made friends. She's inciting a journalistic revolution with Taya, who was the local barkeep and is now joining Elodie on adventure, much to Josh's surprise.
He is, definitely. Moving swiftly on from that, we have Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean. I use he, him pronouns, as does Kanan Udric. Udric, after all of the end of series stuff that happened, ended up in a jungle. Very much in a jungle alone. And to be quite honest, was very tempted to just stay there. Was hunting around, doing his Udric kind of thing, followed a river for a bit, found a temple, that was fun. Saw a face embedded in a tree, that wasn't fun. I'm sure there's other things that I'm forgetting and or withholding, but that's pretty much everything for the moment.
Awesome. Right. Well, before we get into tonight's session, we have a couple of sponsors and supporters that we'd like to thank. We are proud to be sponsored by Phoenix Dice. You can go to phoenixdice.com to get yourself some clickety-clack Rathrocks, including some limited edition Roll Together dice, which I have right here. And if you use the code Roll Together, all caps, at checkout, you can get yourself 25% off of your purchase. We are also proud to be supported by Idol Champions of Forgotten Realms. If you type in exclamation point code into chat right now, you'll get yourself a code for a free Electrum chest, which you can use to get items to power up your heroes as you collect them and battle through waves of monsters for free on various different devices, including fridges and freezers and microwaves, if you have the smart kind. We are also proud to be supported by Homie and the Dude. They are a TTRPG group that make various different supplement books, not just for D&D, but for all kinds of different types of TTRPGs. They've got The Wandering Tavern and Scorched Basin, and if you want to check them out, you can follow the links in the chat or in the description below, and you can see if they have any other Kickstarters going on at this point. And if you're interested in buying any of their stuff, if you type in Roll Together, all caps at checkout, you can get 10% off of your purchase. Massive thank you to the D20 Club Dice Heads and other tiers on Patreon. They are fantastic, they are the best. You can join them from as little as HAR1 of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Roll Together HQ because the kobolds need the goat, by following all of the links in chat or in the description below. Speaking of the description below, if you are watching us on YouTube, please do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel and commenting down below, because it helps the algorithm tell us what you like so we know what to make more of for you. Well, I'm not going to do a recap for this session because both of the players gave a fairly detailed and somewhat cryptic recap of what happened in their sessions. They may want to keep certain information hidden, or Sean has actually forgotten. We will find out as the session goes on.
I mean, I'd be really worried seeing as in real times we actually only recorded 2 days ago. That said,
How are your notes?
See, Sean even forgot to write the notes down. Anyway,
Can I just advertise that I have like the most Elodie notebook for this campaign? Look at this. Look at this beauty.
oh, that is
I'm
awesome.
I'm about halfway through with all the notes I take.
Is that a golden? Is that got like a golden trim to it?
It does.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've been writing on a receipt I got from the hotel, and most of that's not actually for Udric.
Why does that seem like a very Sean and a very Udric thing to do?
Still so in character.
Oh dear. Anyway, we are going to come to the town of Sakam, where Elodie is currently. You are in the tavern.
Mhm.
The tavern is owned by a gentleman named Zach Coralwind, and his daughter works there. His daughter's name is Taya. She is one
I
of
don't think I knew
the.
his surname. I'll write that down. Sorry, carry on.
That's his surname, yeah. She's one of the bar staff there, but she also doubles up as a journalist, and she had told you some things, some research and stuff that she had done before you even came to this place. So you are in the tavern with the pair of them at the moment. Zach is moving some rather large, heavy, like wooden barrels, and he's taking them down into the cellar area so that they can. I'm going to use a modern day sort of bar system with the pipes and all of that sort of stuff. He's
advanced.
cleaning the pipes currently is what he's doing.
Gosh.
That is a pain in the ass to do, but he is doing it currently.
They don't have any chemicals to do it with in those days. Wow.
Yeah, it's all herb-based chemicals. Taya is at the top. She's mixing the chemicals together. They've pulled like poisonous weeds and all of that sort of stuff out of the gardens and stuff, and meshes it all together, and that all goes through and then gets washed out as the pipes are cleaned and everything. And yeah, you can see that she's also, as she's sort of meshing this stuff together, she's also writing some notes down for the journey that you're about to go on. As she's got a big backpack set next to her. Zach, this isn't an exact continuation on from your one-on-one. A day or so has passed.
Mm-hmm.
Zach has told you that he's waiting for a caravan to come from the village of Embermore, which is one of the jungle villages. Apparently there have been some issues in the jungle, although he's not 100% sure what those issues are, and a lot of people were leaving the village of Embermore and want someone to guide them to the town of Hazelthorn, which is where he's taking you. There's going to be a long caravan of people coming, so he's just waiting for those to turn up, and then you're all going to go.
Wait, they're coming all the way to Sakam from Embermore to then go back on themselves to Hazelthorn.
If you're looking on the map, you've got the water and everything in the way. They're not going to sail. They don't want to sail across the water to Ironhold. They're taking the long way around.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just come across the bridge and meet us in Widow Grove? They've got further to travel to go all the way across to Sakam.
You're not sure why. That'll be something you'll have to ask them when you see them. There is a reason.
Okay.
You'll have to ask them.
Sure.
What Zach has told you is that they've travelled from Embermore to Timber, and then they've travelled from Timber to the Griffside Fort, and then they've travelled from there to Sakam. They've basically gone...
Oh, they've sailed from there to Sakam.
No, they're walking.
But that's still a very long way around. They've got to go back towards Embermore to get to the only bridge across, unless they go through those Akeza ruins.
Yeah, there's a. You can't see it because the name is there, but there is a patch of land there.
Sure.
That they can walk past. So
fine. Still feels like a longer way around.
Yeah, you'll find out why that is when the map is in the. If you type in !maps in chat right now for Twitch viewers. You'll see the map that we're talking about, and you'll be able to sort of draw a line and also question why they're going that way.
Join me in challenging Josh's logic.
Yeah. There we go. IMAP, thank you. No, ! Map. Why did I say IMAP? Fucking idiot. Anyway.
Sponsored by Apple. /
I also love Sean putting it in our chat. the call that we're on, which has nothing to do with the chat that will happen on Twitch. Never mind. Anyway,
I ain't seen no map.
it's in the Discord, Sean.
Udric ain't seen no map.
Look, Udric got stuck in a forest for 10 years. Udric has no sense of direction.
Yeah, it wasn't even a big forest.
No, it seriously wasn't. Anyway, we come back. Yes, Elodie, what would you like to do as all of this is going on?
Well, not much. She'll be waiting. She'll be either sitting doing her research or she'll be waiting. She won't be helping out with the tavern. That's not really her thing. I doubt that she'd be downstairs, to be honest. She probably just would have said, fine, come get me when you're ready.
Yeah.
So if you need her to be in this scene because they want her to talk to her, then she is having breakfast. But otherwise, I don't see why she'd be there.
You could be having breakfast. I didn't know because had struck up quite a sweet friendship with Taya, and she'd given you all of her research that she'd done. So there was a lot of it. So you could be talking about that. She's going to be asking you questions about what it's like outside of the town because she's never actually left. She's been on like boat journeys and all that sort of stuff on the sea, but she's never actually gone further inland. So she's interested and intrigued as to what that is because you seem like a well-travelled person.
I think Elodie would have, because we agreed last time that Elodie had mentioned that she was from Abercathus originally, right?
Yeah. So if you did, that was my next question. Was if you'd mentioned, because I couldn't remember if you had, but she would be asking you about Abercathus as well because she's going to push forward from Hazelthorne. Her dad's not going to go any further than there, but she's going to come to Abercathus with you.
So yeah, would happily talk about Abercathus, but anything to do with Merkstead she'd be cagey about.
Yeah, I don't think she'd push too much on Merkstead. I think she's more interested on the places where your destination is, where she's going as well. Yeah. She's very interested in what the city is going to be like and what to prepare for. Is there a particular style of clothing that she should wear? She's heard stories about pickpockets and all of that. Is there a way that she should have her belongings like at the front in her pockets, all of that sort of stuff?
I think ahead of the mission as well, because we do have the cloak of many fashions that Elodie has, which has been ripped because of the wings. She will have like stitched it up to kind of fit it around and done it. So I think we discussed that there's like 2 long slits in the back of it now, but buttons so that it can like, you put it over the wings and you button it underneath so it forms a full coat. But you can change it to look however you like. So she's probably not in the usual kind of like purple and navy green colours that she was previously in. She's probably adapted it to match in with what the locals are wearing around here. Apart from anything else, practicality of being in the desert. You want to be able to have like pale clothes to reflect the sun and all that kind of thing. Headscarf is probably back.
Yeah, you never would have got rid of it. You probably would have just shoved it in your bag, wouldn't you? And then just get out when you need it. Yeah, it's a bit more humid where Merkstead is. So whereas here it's just scorching heat.
Yes.
But yeah, as the day goes on, you can go upstairs, you can come back downstairs. People sort of begin to come in and out of the tavern as the day sort of proceeds, and then all of a sudden there is a cacophony of screams from outside, and you hear somebody say, "Where the fuck did that dinosaur come from?"
Do I know what a dinosaur is? Does anyone know what a dinosaur is?
Does anybody know? You can roll me a history check.
I mean, if it's a generally...
Ancient history.
Is it just like, what is that big lizard? Yeah. Is dinosaurs a thing that... Well, I think that's the thing. Like, this is not my question, is like whether Elodie would personally know about dinosaurs. It's like, is this a world in which dinosaurs are known to have existed? Because if they are generally known to have existed, then yes, she would know.
Yeah.
If this random commoner is saying dinosaur, then she'd know what a dinosaur is. I'm questioning you, Josh. Is this a world in which we're expecting a commoner to know what a dinosaur is?
Yes, dinosaurs are common. Dinosaurs do exist. They're not extinct.
Okay, fine. But we've never come across them.
No, they are mainly sort of found within the jungle area. They tend to stay in there. They don't tend to wander around in the desert. You'd know that from being a student at the Abacathian University.
Okay, fine. Then we'll sort of look alert and check in with Zach, Taya. What are they doing? Are they getting ready to run outside as well? Are they?
I don't think I've ever heard of a dinosaur leaving. That's worrying. Let's get outside and hopefully it's not eating anybody.
Yeah, we'll immediately head outside.
Be prepared for a fight. And the three of you sort of run outside. People sort of pile into the tavern because they're like, get us the fuck away from this thing. And they're running inside. As you run outside, as the doors open and you step out, Sean, can you please just describe to everybody what we see?
Yeah, so probably the first thing you see is a big fuck off dinosaur. It has like a large, long snout, I believe, and I guess imagine T-Rex, but not with the Whittle T-Rex arms, with like slightly more functional long arms for like rooting around and stuff. And riding on top of it is a recognizable orc.
Interesting.
Well, we should also say that the recognizable orc has got a sort of sling wrapped around the front on him, and there is a wooden doll that is sort of sat there with green eyes that's looking around. Yeah,
imagine like one of those baby. Imagine one of those baby. Oh, we were pissing off Nintendo or something rotten last time. Yeah. Imagine one of those like baby bumper kind of things, but it's just got like a little mannequin in it.
Have you got like a baby dryad? Okay.
What do I see?
You see running out of the tavern, I guess, Zach and Taya, two of the locals, and then this shock of colourful feathers, huge sort of parrot-like wings attached to the back of a young woman that looks otherwise very much like Elodie, but with little like the hair is shorter, shoulder length now rather than waist length, and the little golden flecks that were in her hair beforehand have sort of are still there but have been changed, and there's other colours in there as well. There's bits of the same colours in her wings, like that you've got red, green, blue, black, orange, and red, green, blue, black, yellow, not orange, sorry. And so those colours are also little flecks in the hair as well. And she's got little bits of feathers around the face. And you have seen Elodie like this before, because this is what she looked like when she came out of the transfiguration machine that we all used. I guess what you wouldn't have noticed at the time, because her feet were in boots, is that she now has like fully clawed bird-like feet. So she's no longer wearing shoes covering those. And it's been like a week or so that she's been here, right, Josh?
Yeah, about that. Maybe slightly longer, but yeah.
There's probably like a couple of little plasters and bits of bandage kind of on them. It looks like that they had been hurt, but they're kind of on the mend. And other than like the colour of the clothes changing to be more suitable for the environment, kind of looks much the same. And she's kind of run out, pistol at hand, and a raven bird that looks like Corvu, but actually seems to be moving like an actual raven would, real feathers rather than mechanical, flies out afterwards and starts circling above your head. And then immediately starts cawing as soon as he clocks you, because he's probably closer to you than Elodie is running out. And she'll run out, kind of taking the dinosaur, and then, Udric!
Who's that down there?
Udric! How are you here? She will fly up and start flying towards you, and then kind of see, how does the dinosaur react to having two bird-like creatures kind of flapping around it?
I would probably speak in dinosaur, because I've pretty much just got speak with animals running all the time at this point. Don't worry, these two are friends.
Looks around slightly confused, and she's looks towards you and go, are you sure? Scary.
Don't worry. They won't harm you as long as I explain everything. You probably just hear rawr, rawr. No, sorry, don't worry.
I'm somewhat worried. I'm not going to lie. Oh, but it's good to see you. We'll fly over and just give you the biggest hug.
Oh, just mind Luca.
Oh!
You hear a muffled, "Hi, Elodie!" come from the wooden mannequin, and then you watch as the mannequin goes limp, and out of the eye sockets, ethereal green light comes out, swirls around and forms into a rabbit on Udric's shoulder, waves at you, and then disappears back into it, and it pops back to life. It's like, haha, I got a really cool trick now.
I have so many questions.
To be honest, I'm just relieved that it's not me going insane.
Didn't Luca... This is not the time for this. What? How did... You had the dinosaur... What is the dinosaur's name?
This is Denver.
Hello? We'll reach tentative hand out to give scritches.
Make me an animal handling check, please, with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably be helping and like soothing from the back of the neck as well.
Ooh, that is a nat 20 for a 21.
So Denver pulls her head towards you, sniffs your hand a little bit, pulls away, pulls back in, sniffs, lifts the top of her snout up so her teeth are more where your hand is, and you just watch as this large tongue just sort of comes out as she opens her jaw slightly and just licks your hand as gently as she can.
Huh. Incredible. I've read about them in books, but never thought I'd see one in real life.
Oh, this is actually the second one.
The
other
second...
one wasn't friendly.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that Denver is and that you are all right. And we'll look down at the others. They're fine. Everyone, I know him.
Zach has this big glaive out and is pointing it towards this whole situation. You say that. He looks kind of concerned, but nods, puts the glaive down in a restful position, and gestures for the other people to, it's fine. A friend of Elodie's is a friend of ours. Everybody back down.
You there, friend.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have like a really big dog bowl, would you? Or it's just that we've not really had any fresh water for a while.
I have a large... bear with me 1 second, and you watch as he slams the glaive into the ground so it stays there, and he walks back into the tavern. And a moment or two later, he comes out with probably not the size that you want, but the biggest bowl that he could find, which is sort of this like a wash bowl, basically like a bath. He brings a bath out, and he wooden bath out, and he places that down.
Yeah, I'll probably do. What is the water situation around here? Is it free flowing, or is it? Do you have to pay? Do you have to pay for it?
It's there's a fresh water supply deep down underground that we access through a well. So small supply, but a lot of water we do trade in from Hazelthorn and stuff, and as people come through and on the ships and stuff, but we do have a natural supply.
Also, I know it has to be processed before you can drink it, but she will just gesture to the sea, which is just there. Coastal town.
Seems like too many steps. Udric will kind of reach up to the sky and just like closes his eyes, and you can see kind of some of the veins of aether that have like permeated his skin a little bit, kind of pulse, and then it starts to rain and will fill up the bowl. I'm casting Create or Destroy Water, which I believe I can do as rain or as a bulk of water, but I'm just gonna make some rain.
Yeah, and it's
make it rain.
It's torrential in order for it to fill up the bowl quickly. It's like torrential rain. The bowl itself isn't big enough to contain. Was it 15 gallons or was it 10 gallons?
Hang on. Loading my spell list. 10 gallons.
10 gallons. So it's not quite enough to
All
fill.
rain in a 30-foot cube.
Okay, and it does overspill a little bit, but before it overspills too much, Denver's snout is straight in there. And I should going a little bit further on Sean's description of Denver. Denver has basically the body of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but with spines that go all the way down her back, with a really long, almost draconic snout. Instead of having the diddy little T-Rex arms, she's got these really long arms that you can see she's dragging along with her, and every now and then she picks them up and crosses them over. But you can see that as she lifts her hands up, there's like crabs and sand and seaweed and things that have attached themselves to her hands as she's dragged them through. She begins licking at the water, and then she takes a bite of the crabs and looks a bit confused because it's not something she's eaten before, and then carries on drinking.
Like Elodie is like just taking all this in for a second, but then because again, desert town, waste not, want not. We'll sort of, as you're making it rain, we'll use shape water to siphon some of the overflow rain, and it's just sort of like almost like I'm sorry, my brain has just forgotten the word. Subconscious, just a passive thing while she's taking in the fact that Udric can summon rain. This is new, very new. So we'll just sort of like be passively like directing the water to, I'm assuming people have cups and buckets or some
every
kind of
pint glass.
Yeah. We'll just
I
like
wasn't
shape
finished with
water
that.
and send it.
Yeah, people are trying to fill up water, and an old man walks over and looks towards you, Udric. I'm going to wonder if anybody's going to get this. He's going to walk over and just go, thank you, Weather Wizard, and puts the thing in and carries on walking off. If anybody got that reference, well done.
I'm going to pretend like I did and Google it later.
Is Udric dismounting, or are you just staying on Denver's back?
I mean, I've got all of the social graces of a scab, so probably not. Unless kind of encouraged to go indoors, I will probably just stay there because you can fly. So as far as I'm concerned, like we can have a kind of eye level conversation. There's no need for me to get down.
When did you learn to do that?
I don't know. I just kind of try stuff, really.
Incredible. Udric, this is wonderful. And it's aether infused, right? And she starts she kind of takes your hand and starts looking at the purple aether in the veins that you described.
A little bit of aether and a little bit of world tree, I believe.
World tree. Tell me more about that. No, don't tell me more about that now. You should come inside. Denver is having a drink. What have you had? How long did you walk here? How long has it been since you've eaten? What has happened to you? Do you remember being in a dark void? Oh, we have so many things to discuss.
We are probably going to have to discuss this one question at a time.
Right. How long has it been since you have eaten?
Oh, I had some moss.
Come inside. Taya makes lovely food, and you can have a pint as well.
To be fair, it's really difficult to eat meat when you've, when you're in the jungle and you're talking to the animals. It's really difficult to maintain a carnivorous diet.
This is a callback to Sean's one-on-one when they were traveling, and Denver pulled up a whole load of worms and bugs and things, and I was going to do a whole Lion King moment, and Sean went, I'm probably not going to eat these, because as I go to put them towards their mouth, I go, don't eat me.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't think of that.
No. That's a good point. You probably like Corvu. I mean, Josh, you play Corvu, but like during this, Corvu probably would have come and settled. Now that we know it's not a threat, settled on Elodie's shoulder, and will also be able to kind of chat with you as well.
Your mechanical friend's gotten very realistic nowadays.
Yes. Also, side effect of the transformation. Corvu? New
No
Corvu?
longer shiny.
Well, you're still your feathers are still very shiny, but you can talk now.
I can. Hello. Why did I give everybody NPCs?
Interesting. So you can everybody hear what Corvu's saying, or is it just us?
Myself and I'm assuming you because you can speak to animals.
Indeed.
But everyone else will hear him saying what he's actually saying, which is boop boop.
And as we sort of come out of this little converse bubble that's happening, you can see Taya looking up, and all you can hear is Corvu going boop boop, and then Elodie going boop boop, and then Udric goes boop boop.
Well, I'm sure that Taya will have something to eat that is legume based, vegetables, bread.
I mean, as long as it's already dead, I'm more than happy to eat it. It's the problem is when I have to get it to the eatable state in the first place.
That sounds horrifying.
Yes.
Well, come inside and take a sit down, and Denver won't start exploring the town without you, correct?
No. Denver, this is a safe place. You don't have to worry. I'm just going to be inside this cave, and if you just stay outside the cave, then I'll be able to see you, and you'll be safe. Yeah.
Okay, I'm lots of people around, lots of small creatures around. I'm slightly afraid. I will stay near this nice water. And sort of, you hear you all see as Denver just down on the ground, sort of lays down to the point where her snout is still can get to the bowl easy enough, and she licks it up. She's taking a rest.
And also, Udric, I tell you what, Corvu, why don't you stay here with Denver? And if anyone starts getting too curious and starts trying to poke her?
Yes, she is, yes.
Then, Corvu, tell me, all right?
Okay.
There you go. Corvu's going to look after you. Corvu's also a friend.
Hello. They can't communicate with each other. But they don't know that. Well, Denver doesn't know that.
Denver gets just like a couple of polite pecks. Come inside, out of the heat. How long have you been traveling?
Oh, I could not tell you.
All right. Where have you traveled from?
The jungle. Just around that way.
Oh, right. We'll kind of rummage in her bag because Taya had a map, didn't she?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I've
Map
not
of the
made that
local
up,
area,
right?
Yeah.
We definitely have maps of the local area.
Yeah.
So we'll rummage in her bag of holding as we go inside. Taya, do you have... I'm so sorry. This is Udric. We've known each other some time and have been through some perils together. I don't know why he's here right now, but I will get to the bottom of it. But I will pay finest everything. Food, drink, water, bed.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I will get some food on. Any preferences to what you like? We've got a meat stew brewing at the moment. I've also got a vegetable stew brewing as well. We've got some freshly baked bread and all of that sort of stuff.
You wouldn't happen to have boar, would you?
Or
Or pig. Bit pork.
I reckon we've got some. Yes, actually, Dad, did we get any pork in with the last delivery? Yeah, the Imperials brought some in. I traded some gold with them for it. So yeah, we've got some pork. Okay, yeah, I can do some pork.
Much obliged.
She'll run off out the back, and she gives the order to her dad, because as the sort of doors open, you can see that he's stood there with a ladle in hand, and he's sort of stirring the stew around, and you can hear them having a conversation as the door shuts, leaving the two of you in here on your own. Most people have exited now and sort of like out.
That's fine. That gives us space. Tell me everything. So you said you came from the jungle, spreads the map out. Near Embermore?
You're assuming that I can read one of these.
Oh, all right. Which direction was the sun when you were traveling?
Well, I can tell you the side that the sea was on.
Yes, that's useful.
I think it was on the right as Udric was travelling in, but Josh might have other ideas.
It was as you were following the river, so you were basically walking towards it. So as far as you know, it was right in front of you.
But then I must have had to turn to get to this town.
Oh yes, you would have had to return right to get to this town. Yeah.
If we assume that Elodie has got Udric to describe his journey and any landmarks that he saw on the way, could we figure out where he came from?
Yes.
Was it Embermore?
No.
Where was it?
It was in the middle of the jungle.
Okay, but
Uncharted.
Where?
Not
the bit of the jungle just below Widow Grove, or the other side up by the mountains, or...
What I will say is, for Sean, I don't know if you've got the map open, but
I have, but I genuinely have no idea.
The Akiza ruins that are on the map, that's the temple that you went to.
Right.
But me?
Yes.
I mean, I can read maps. I found it. That's tiny. I got trapped in a tiny bit of jungle again. Okay. Okay. Yes, that's where I am. Yeah, and Udric will kind of be describing, like when you ask for like landmarks, describes this temple that he was in, like this massive courtyard, and there was a fountain, but then he kind of starts describing it less in the kind of this was a grand temple, and starts describing it more as and then there was this beautiful fountain with as if it was kind of a present thing that he had been there and witnessed.
Huh.
And there was a tree. It said, it was a world tree. It turns out, no longer there. I seem to have a habit of killing them off, or absorbing them. Something. It's not there anymore.
What happened while you were there, did you get flashbacks, or did you get a vision of what it was like many years ago?
Well, I did. It was. It used to be a temple, actually, to the Nature Guardian, who it seems I think I met.
Oh, you. Nat scrolls through the divine beings to remember.
Sure, doesn't even attempt, even though it was 2 days ago.
The Guardians of Vayasha, the Harvest Huntress, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
You found a temple to Vayasha and you spoke to her.
Yes, but not quite in the same instance. Let's see. Were they a priest? It was kind of I believe I kind of entered a memory of the tree, and I had a conversation with an aspect of the tree. I don't really know. Whatever it is that Luca is now. they had lots of these little wooden, and big wooden mannequins around.
And that's a good point. Luca is still strapped to your stomach, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And do you eat? Luca, you seem to be a spirit manifesting inside this totem.
Oh no, this is a sapling of the world tree that I have inhabited as a protector, I believe was the term that they used.
Not guardian.
Not guardian, no, protector.
Right. That
word was already taken.
What does Elodie know about the world tree?
You can roll a history check.
Okay. Okay, that was a nat 1 for a 9.
Big tree. No, I'll give you a little bit more than that. It was an actual one.
Yeah.
You know that a world tree does exist. It's not on Idorune. It's on the continent of Talu. But that's all you know with an actual one.
I didn't think we had a world tree here. Wait, okay. Step back. What did the commune with Vyasha, what did she say to you? What?
That one was slightly more disconcerting. It happened once I was away from the world tree, but had absorbed it. It seems that the tree in the grove that I had previously been tending before I met all of you lot at the mercenary company, it seems that was a world tree, and I took that one's power when I first, started doing all of this, and kind of touches the table, and you watch as like moss spreads out across the table.
Takes
and then
a sample.
Having absorbed this second tree, it made me powerful enough that Vyasha was able to reach out.
Did you mean to absorb the trees?
No. Apparently I've been chosen, which I think is a big mistake. But I was also the only person around, so.
But also, Udric, you are practical and good of heart and well-meaning, and honestly, in this world, in this day and age, I think those are important features for someone to have.
Thank you very much.
Can I, looking at the moss sample that Udric has created, I think I'm just going to cast Dissolution onto it to see what colour aether it turns into.
Pink. A very, very small amount of it.
Yeah. I'm not assuming it's going to be enough to be like one of my resource points of it, but
no, but it's more that it's rather than like the whole bit of moss you've picked up turns into pink aether, it's more that it shrinks down and it's like 2 or 3 like grains of sand of pink aether.
And what you see, Udric, is the moss that you have created in Elodie's hand just turns to dust. And it's like the water and the cellular, whatever Udric understands, like the green stuff just kind of evaporates into the air, and it's just, you can see it's like magically the essence of what this moss was is remaining, and it's just those few grains.
I mean, Udric can see it. Udric can see auras, so maybe there's an element of that as well. Yeah. Am I right in thinking that this kind of magic is different to what I would have seen Elodie doing previously?
Yes, because there wasn't much of a chance for you to. You've definitely not seen Elodie do this before. So unless that's a new trick Elodie's picked up.
No, I mean, you saw her do it immediately after stepping out of the chamber, and she was like, I can see how everything's connected now, and she kind of dissolved a pebble. But compared to, it's definitely different from the Blood Hunter magic. It's not connected to blood at all. And it's different to the alchemy she did as an artificer. This is understanding the nature of aether and magic itself. and being able to manipulate it in an academic way.
What, I mean, what's been happening with you?
Huh? Oh.
Well,
a lot of research, a lot of catching up on what has been going on. Do you know, we've been away for a year. Were you aware of time passing?
I mean, you're talking to someone who spent what he thought was 3 years in a forest and turned out to be 10, so...
All right. Okay, one step at a time. Important to know, this is pure aether from your moss, and it's pink. All right? My research has led me to believe pink aether, pure aether. This is ancient magic, uncorrupted by the modern forces. So this is something good, Udric. Whether you intended to absorb the world tree or not, this magic is good. It is uncorrupted. So hold on to that. And she'll sort of sprinkle it on the rest of the moss on the table. What we need to be aware of is black aether, which is totally corrupted, purple aether, which is partially corrupted. The creature that used to inhabit Brahm was black aether, totally corrupted, just had a hunger, wanted to consume, wanted to destroy. Purple aether is somewhere in between. It's similar to... You saw my shadow when it was separated from me. It called itself Minerva. Now, she was purple aether. She was thinking, breathing, manipulative, but not entirely without merit. We've combined again, by the way. You may notice, you see that Elodie does have a shadow again. She is back to being part of me now and is being well behaved, as far as I can tell. Oh, boy, what else? It has been a year. Last thing I remember, before everything sort of went dark, was Solomon split in two, and this evil-looking man stepped out of him. And then I was nothing. And then I was in darkness for a long time, but the menagerie were there. Now, when I woke up, I was on the beach, here. But since then, I have started to believe that I have had my memory wiped somewhat. Taya has explained to me, I've seen the newspapers that she's writing are very good for catching up on local and world events. Visenya is with the Empire again, and I don't know if that's in a good way or not. I've not heard anything from Brahm or Perry or, gosh, anyone else. But I think a year has passed, and I think in that interim, I was somewhere. I have vague shadows of memories of it, and you were there as well. I remember hearing you call out, and Lily and Brahm. Still nothing from Lucian. Do you have vague memories of a void?
I mean, I remember some sort of dream in which it was a tree. Or maybe it was taking the place of a tree.
Connected to the world tree, perhaps?
In all honesty, I don't really know.
Just kind of gives your hand a little pat. That's right, you've been through a lot.
There was a certain sense of relief. But, and then I found myself in a jungle, and, it all started up again. I might actually have a bit of an answer, actually, about Visenya.
Oh?
She was in my vision when I spoke to, instantly forgets name. Phyllis? Ayasha. Thank you. My vision, I saw Vyasha was in like a vat of water, but it was either pink or purple. It wasn't normal watercolor. You know how when you're in deep water and your vision kind of goes blue or a green. It was wrong. It was pink or purple.
Right.
But then I became aware of figures outside of the water. It was like glass separating us from the in the pool from them. And I remember seeing that sickly looking bugger. Mortimer or something.
Her brother, Mortigan?
Yeah, that's the one. And I did see Visenya. I'd kind of presumed that this was a past memory. But if you're telling me that Visenya's back with the Imperium, then perhaps that was actually current.
She'll again rifle through the bag of holding and pull out one of Taya's sort of newspaper scrolls and hand it to you. This is saying, and we'll describe. Can you remind me, Josh, what exactly it said?
It said that the Plague Emperor welcomes the new War Master and new horsemen to the Imperium's sort of military side of things. And it's a picture of Mortigan wearing very sort of regal looking clothing, still with the respirator and stuff on him, and he's holding the hand of sort of by the wrist, holding Visenya's hand up, and she's wearing sort of regal armor with a big circlet-like crown on her head, big evil grin on her face, and you can see there's 4 figures in the background whose visions are sort of blurred a little bit.
This isn't photography, though, is it? It would be more like an artist's impression.
It's like a somebody's minor illusioned, basically taking a still image of a minor. They've used minor illusion to take the image, and then they've put that onto paper, as it were. I'm trying not to use the very obvious reference that it could be for reasons. The moving pictures. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not that there was like an imp sat inside a box and it just takes a very fast portrait.
Yeah. That's going to be somewhere in the world.
Right, well, I suppose we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. That wasn't exactly what I meant, though. You've you've gone through some changes, haven't you? Ever since.
Well, everyone changed, I suppose.
I mean, I guess. But you've changed more than some, I would say. Have you looked into it?
You know what? There's been so much else to catch up on. I've sort of not really faced it.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. I was sort of hoping, similarly to you said in the jungle, that you were tempted to stay. When I realized where I was and how remote I was from everything else going on, and that everything felt so different, Corvu and I were discussing maybe we just stay here and stay hidden. But also it feels
No,
like...
blame you for that.
It feels like there's so much going on. And we know so much that we probably should do something about it. But you're right, I've not taken the time to... I've been ignoring my poor feet. And she kind of holds up a foot, this parroty clawed foot with all these little cuts over it. Shoes are not comfortable these days.
I will kind of place a hand on your foot and I will cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you. As much as I would like to try and put behind the secrets and the magic that I was taught by Professor Guile. There are some things I have been pondering about. Since I came out of the machine in the temple, I seem to understand the nature of aether and how it works in magic just a little bit more. Some of my studies and my research make so much more sense, and there are certain things I can do now that I couldn't do before and manipulate it in new ways. So that all that is incredibly useful. And she'll also herself kind of raise a little minor illusion of what she sees in terms of, and again, I know like we're not in a scientific place, but like when she can see the connections between things at a cellular level that allows her to use dissolution to bottle things down to their pure aether. So you'll see a minor illusion that kind of looks like a modern day zoom in on cells and connections of protons and electrons and that kind of thing. But I think I have fundamentally changed as well, not just my mind. And she'll pull out a small dagger and just prick a finger and let a drop of blood out, and it will rise up. Josh, I would like to cast the spell Sanguine Secrets.
Ooh, yes.
So, this is a new spell from the Crooked Moon campaign setting. Drawing knowledge through the power of blood about a creature you can see within range. I can see myself. And
Me.
I would like to see me. We've talked about how this mechanically would work for other creatures, but what does Elodie figure out about herself and how she has changed?
Now, we've had a discussion about this spell because I think it's incredibly broken for a second level spell. Incredible. You learn everything about the creature for a second level spell. So we've changed it slightly. So you get to pick one thing you can learn at second level, and then each level higher that you cast it at, you get to learn an additional thing. So what level would you like to cast it at, and what would you like to learn about yourself?
For the purposes of this, I will cast it at... not that I'm metagaming, but I'm assuming we're going to rest before we go anywhere. And even if we have a fight right now, I still have third level spell slots. So I will cast it at fourth level.
Okay.
Don't worry, I've got a dinosaur.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Hubris.
As long as we don't see the other dinosaur.
So I guess really what she wants to learn is she still like species wise, is she still human? Is she still angel blessed? Like, does her blood still have that celestial connection? And I mean, mechanically, well, actually, I can cast it at third spell because mechanically, there's not really. I don't need to know my vulnerability, resistance, or immunities to damage conditions. I know that. I don't need to know my hit points. I know them, and I don't need to get advantage on any attack rolls against myself. So it's more of the flavor tech stuff. So actually, I'll cast it at third level.
Yeah, second level will probably be better because basically what you want to know is your species, and even if it's two subtypes, it'd still be one.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Question. So
it's just like fundamentally at the core, what part of Elodie is still Elodie, and what is different.
How do you find this information out? And what I mean by this is, how do you receive this information? Is it like just a block of text just assaults your brain, or does it use the blood that you've pulled out to form into to show you what you're? How does it look?
I think it has to be something that she, like, if it takes time to form an image that doesn't, because this is also a bonus action spell, which is, again, wild.
Yes.
Because the idea is theoretically you can bonus action cast it and then attack. So I think it's got to be super quick. I think it's just the blood drop rises up and then falls into her palm and she just knows.
So what this reveals to you is, yes, you are angel blessed still. That part about you hasn't changed. However, you are no longer human. You are an avian, which is a bird folk. One of the animal folk.
I think there's just, you see the kind of the blood drop rise up and then drop into her hand. And then there's just a moment of looking a little disappointed, and the wings kind of sag slightly.
Not good news.
Well, I am different, but I am now avian, as I expected, looking at myself, but I am still technically angel blessed.
Makes sense.
I was sort of hoping that wouldn't be the case anymore. It means that I still might be of interest to them. So I'll just have to be careful, I suppose. The menagerie are still with me, just not... I can't see them anymore, it's just more that I can feel them. And they're all with me all the time, rather than pulling one out at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you feeling about melding with the tree?
Well, it's 2 against 1 now, so I'm probably technically more tree than I am orc, but that aside.
I can test you too if you like.
Do you stab me or stab you?
I still stab me, but I focus it on you.
I mean, I should still let you have done it if it was me, but you're the one who's going around stabbing themselves.
I am sort of used to it, although it doesn't quite hurt in the way that it used to anymore. Don't have to roll that d4 damage. Ha! The finger is probably still bleeding, so we'll just squeeze it so there's another drop. And throw it up. And focusing on Udric, we'll catch it. Has anything about him changed? Has he got any connection to Vyasha? In the way that now that Brahm has a connection to Peltos.
Yeah.
Does Udric have a connection to Vyasha?
Well, you've not cast this spell on Bram before, so you don't necessarily know what his actual, like, how that strand works.
Yeah.
But if you want to know that particular piece of information on Udric, you do get the sense that there is a essence of a connection to a greater being, or 2 greater beings actually. Sorry, not my mic. A connection to 2 greater beings within. One of them is within Udric, or a part of Udric, and the other one is like a distant connection.
Do I get a sense of the type of element, if not the exact name?
Both give you a strong sense of nature magic.
Mm-hmm.
The distant connection is more powerful than was more powerful than the connection that is kind of within Udric, but you can feel that the distant connection is fading and wavering.
I think we need to do some research on the old gods.
Mm.
You definitely have a connection to Vyasha, but I can sense something else there as well.
Mm.
And I think this might be connected. Do you remember the prophecy that we found a small section of, and we realized that it was that the ultimate power will be released when with the ultimate power will be released. I've got it written down somewhere. When you bring back the fallen god, something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty much along those lines. Yeah,
It'll be around here somewhere. Deverus was a fallen god. Right, I'm not talking guardians, I'm talking pre-guardians, the old gods. I think there's something more there to be explored. And if you've got some kind of strain of this ancient celestial power, then I feel like this has to be a good thing, Udric. But you are a guardian of, not in the capital G sense, but a guardian of more power than you know.
Mm. Oh, give me time.
I was intending in the next day or so to actually head towards Abercathis. It will take some time. We were... Zach was going to take us as far as Hazelthorn, points it out to you on the map, which is about halfway. We were just waiting for some travellers from Embermore. You might have passed them, actually. If they would have come round from the Akeza ruins as well. Did you see a group of travellers?
I mean, did I see a group of travellers, Josh? I know that they didn't see me, not with a 27 stealth.
I'm a dinosaur!
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to explain that joke, didn't we?
Yeah, passed without trace, so it literally just appeared in the middle of the town. Nobody saw it coming.
Nobody saw the dinosaur coming. No, you didn't see anybody along your travels at all.
I suppose, I don't know how fast Denver is. Maybe you outpaced them. But as soon as this caravan of folks arrive and have rested, we shall be heading towards Hazelthorn on our way to Abercathis. Although, actually, we were hearing rumours of there is a Hall of Heroes not far from there, and there seems to be people going missing, so that was something we were going to sort of investigate on the way. If you were interested.
I promised Denver an adventure, and that sounds like it fits the bill.
Udric, also, as you said to me, I would understand if you wanted to run and hide away from all of this.
No, I don't think I should be doing that. I did notice when I had me conversation with Vyasha. It wasn't just Vyasha that seemed to be kept in one of these tubs. It looked like they had all of them. And that just doesn't sit right with me.
It is good to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you too.
And my hope is that all this information that we've been gathering, if we take it to Abercathis, take it to the Queen there, she has long been neutral in this war with the Imperium and their colonizing efforts, and perhaps she will finally take a stand. They have been not as present here, thankfully. Things have gone under the radar a little bit, but they do trade. Although the people I've seen trading do seem to be very normal.
Suppose people who live in the Imperium, it's just day-to-day life for them, isn't it? You can't help where you're born.
Yes. I would like to think that if there were people that were just trying to get on with their lives, that they might understand the significance of what the people in charge are doing. Complain or, I don't know, write a strongly worded letter to their officials about colonization and warmongering and all of the things going on in the world.
I don't imagine that the Imperium phrase it in quite those terms.
No.
You know, it's spreading the good word, isn't it? Bringing civilization to the uncultured.
Civilization indeed. War and destruction is what they've been bringing. I have to believe that if we were to get to Abercathus again, even if the Queen didn't listen, at least I might get access to the library. And if I were able to get access to the library, well, not only would I have access to perhaps some texts that would explain more of this and be able to figure things out, but also Solomon had a gate. He had a portal from the library to his secret vault. So there might be a way back to Merkstead without traipsing through Imperial territory. And from there, well, there was also a portal that was opened to the island that Brahm and Visenya went to, the Marley's Rest, and that's where the townsfolk were taken. There might be ways to reconnect with people. It was a plan, anyway. I don't know if it's the best plan, but it's all I've been working on.
If that's where you're headed, I'll certainly follow. How watertight do you reckon them caravans is?
I don't think they're built to float.
I was more containing large amounts of water that I was thinking.
The desert
Maybe
is not...
alternately I need to put wheels on a boat.
Or a bathtub?
Wheels on the boat go round and round. Sorry.
I wonder if... How long does that last?
What level did you cast your spell out on Udric, Elodie?
Well, it was going to just be the same again, second level. But if you think that she could sense anything more that might be worth delving deeper, I could have cast it at third.
Well,
oh, hinting GM.
Oh, hinting GM. Hint. Well, because following the sort of the spell's descriptions, you would also find out what Udric's species is.
Oh, is he not? Is he not an orc?
It comes back inconclusive.
Oh. You know, I definitely would have mentioned this earlier had I realised it earlier.
I reckon as you're talking, and I think it's more of a case of it's taking a while to process, and it's like walk this, that, sort of going through the list, and then as you're talking and get to the end of the little bit of conversation you just had about putting wheels on a boat, that's when you get the ping in your brain, and it just comes back inconclusive.
Curious.
Not particularly.
No, you... Udric. Do you remember your parents?
I mean, I'm pretty certain I remember my parents. They spent quite a lot of time away, trading, selling stuff from the farm.
You had a standard childhood? You grew up with them? You knew them? You weren't adopted, orphaned, anything like that?
Josh, should I be concerned about any of these questions and rolling things?
No, you were born... Hang on, let me just get the town name. I think it's Eldermire. You were born and raised in the village of Eldermire. You have an older brother called Nath. Your younger sister was called Lorna. You have a niece as well. Nope. You are the second eldest of your family. All of your family were also Reds, orcs that were of the Reds ancestry. Nothing peculiar there.
I relate. That's a bit in Udric's voice.
And of course we saw your sister. My spell has suggested inconclusive when it comes to... I wasn't specifically looking into your species. I'd assumed that you were orcish, as you believe you are, but the spell has suggested that there is something undetermined about you.
Archery.
I suppose. Maybe I should research the spell a little more. Perhaps it is limited to the mundane species of Aeodrun that one might expect.
Well, let me... I've got my own tricks as well. Can I look at my own aura if I kind of look at my hand? I also want to be observing Elodie's at this point.
Elodie's aura is still the same as what it was before getting into the tank, but instead of it being all scattered and all over the place and one colour fighting over the other, each of the colours overlap each other to the point where, you know, how you mix yellow and red together, you can see little bits of orange and bits of purple and stuff, sort of not evil purple, but, you know, sort of mixed in
almost prismatic
as well. Almost prismatic, yes. Yes, it's a prismatic aura. There we go. That's the best way to describe it. Your aura, looking at yourself, you've always sort of had more of a sort of greenish aura, very similar to how, since you've been able to see auras anyway, it's very similar to how Miss Faction's aura is. But yours is now, as you sort of look at your hand, it's very much like less of an aura and more like floating globules of green sort of pulling off of you. And as the sort of drops pull off, they dissipate and then more begin to form. So it's more, the aura seems more like it's stuck to you rather than it's around you like everybody else's is.
A bit more liquid rather than gas, sort of.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how to describe it, but my aura seems to be clumpy.
All right.
So it's normally they're a bit like light. You know, like when you stand in front of the sun and, you know, someone can see kind of the light shining around you.
Well, sort of magically illusion, that sort of, not a halo, but like that kind of effect. Like this.
Exactly. That sort of thing. It's like someone was shining a light from behind you, but it shows you your colours, your true colours. I can see your true colours.
Shining through.
Indeed. But mine doesn't seem to be like light anymore. It's more like a sea lapping away. But much like the sea, when you've got the foam, you know, residue left on the sand, it's kind of I don't have the words, but it's flaking away, but in a liquid way.
I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can do a. Okay, I was trying a performance check. I rolled a 12 to try and manifest in the minor illusion what Udric has been describing. So I guess as a 12, it's quite relatively literal to what you've described. So it is like little bits of sea foam.
Yeah, it's like the silhouette with the light behind it to start off with, and then you sort of manipulate the minor illusion, and first of all, it's the silhouette just covered in foam there for a second. But even with the 12, as Udric goes a bit more into the description, and particularly the part where Udric describes about it flaking away. You watch as the minor illusion sort of begins, the bubbles, the foam begins to sort of flake away, and it's not. Obviously, you can see this, Udric. It's not exact to what you can see on yourself right now, but it's very close.
I guess it's kind of like myself and Elodie are like holding our hands up, like mirroring each other, and are kind of describing it until what Elodie's doing resembles what I can see on my own hands.
Yeah,
Closer.
It's very much like you know, when it's icy and you've got the sort of ice has formed on a sort of like a wall or a bit of what's it called, bit of trellis or something, and the drops are slowly falling down like that before at that point where it's just melting and it begins dripping. That's what's happening to you, except for it's going in the reverse, so it's going up. But it's not like you're losing your aura. As soon as a bit breaks away and dissolves, it more sort of forms around you, so your aura is consistent.
I was kind of imagining a lava lamp, but obviously Udric wouldn't know what that is.
Is a much better description. Thank you for that. Yes. Cut the rest out. Lava lamp.
We'll have to do it manually.
Thanks, Manuel. I mean, that's beautiful. It's very soothing. You know, I think someone should invent, I don't know, should stick that as rather than having to maintain the minor illusion, just kind of stick it in the corner just to watch. No wonder you're very calm all the time.
I mean, much like, a dinosaur swimming in a lake. It's very calm on top, but thrashing around on the bottom. Actually, I suppose a dinosaur would be the other way around. Thrashing on the top and very calm underneath.
We shall have to throw Denver in the sea and how she swims. I'm joking.
Okay, fine.
I'm
Good.
joking.
Good.
I do have one final question for now, Udric. What happened to your clothes?
Well, you've got to economize. I'm still wearing trousers.
I'm grateful.
I honestly don't know how long I was in the jungle.
All right.
But, as you catch bits, and it's bloody hot in there as well. I was wearing a full military uniform, practically.
I suppose you were. Fair enough. Did you want any replacements to protect you from the heat of the sun, or are you happy as you are?
More clothes when it's hot.
Actually, it can be quite cooling to have a layer between you and the rays of the sun. Have you been in the desert before, Udric?
Have I been in the desert?
Eldermire actually borders the desert, so you've been in a hot climate. Maybe not like deep into the desert sort of thing, but you have felt the heat coming from it. Yes.
So he probably would know. It's just it's been so long from his perspective. I'll give it a go. You are the scientist.
I don't wish to judge. If you wish to get burned, then that is on you.
That does sound very much like judgment.
No, not at all. No, you do as you wish to do. This stew is delicious.
Oh yeah, in this time, Taya has brought the stew out, and instead of like hovering around, she sort of placed it down, seeing that you're in the middle of this tense conversation, and then sort of ran off. Well, not ran off, but sort of walked away to leave you to it. Nobody else has come in. I'd say at that point, Zach walks in, and you can see he's holding a letter in his hand. I've just received word from the caravan. They will be here tomorrow morning, so we'll be looking to leave to get to Hazelthorn then. So make sure you've got everything that you need packed up, grab supplies and things from the town, and we'll be making our leave in the morning.
Ideal. Thank you, Zach.
Are you someone that can get hold of goods, my friend?
Certainly can. What is it you're looking to get hold of?
Well, I'm either looking for a large waterproof cart, or I'm looking for a large boat and 4 wheels.
Boat and 4 wheels, I don't think I can. Actually, leave it with me. I'll have something ready for you tomorrow.
Brilliant. And if you know someone who knows how to attach said wheels to said boat to make it more of a land boat, then I think we've got a solution to both our travel, because we can attach the dinosaur to the front of it, and I've got a solution to my dinosaur's drinking bowl problem.
Leave it with me, and I'll get back to you on that. And I think with that, it's time for us to go to break. As we will skip ahead to, when we come back, we'll skip ahead to the morning time, unless there's anything else that the pair of you would want to do when we come back. We'll go over all of that. But anyway, we're going to go have a quick short rest, or a long rest in these characters' cases, and we will see you all in a moment. Goodbye.
Pew, pew, pew.
Welcome back, everybody. We have had our short rest, and the characters have had a long rest, so you may click that button, and we are going to carry on with the next half of our session. The first half, Udric and Elodie were reunited with each other. Udric has managed to sneak into the town on a giant dinosaur called Denver, who is not the last dinosaur, but if you saw my reactions to that, I gave Sean inspiration for that name change, the name that you gave Denver, because that was amazing and it completely caught me off guard, and I was flabbergasted for at least 5 minutes after that. They both shared information that they had both learned through their one-on-ones about the things that they seen with Visania, connections to Guardians, being part tree potentially, now being a bird person. Yeah, all of these various different things, all of this information they shared. Too much for me to go over. It will take the entire hour and a half that we have left to actually go over it all, so I won't. You can go watch it. We will dive back into the session as you have rested for the night, as Zaka told you that the caravan will be getting there in the morning, so you'll be leaving early. You are woken up to start off with, Elodie, you are woken up by a light knock on the door. Elodie, the caravan's arrived.
Oh, excellent. I'll pack my things. Thank you.
No, I'll see you downstairs. And then you watch it. You listen. Listen as Taya trots off down the corridor, and then Udric, you hear a on the door. My father wanted to see you. The caravan's here. We're getting ready to leave. My father has sorted out your boat on wheels situation.
Well, thank you very much. I'll be down shortly.
Okay, bye. And she hear her run off.
Very, very quickly, one thing that Elodie would have mentioned yesterday as well that I forgot, when she was pulling out the map and kind of showing Udric where everything is, will also have mentioned that there were... I did wonder about getting back to Merkstead, but we can't go by land at the moment. The route is too covered in Imperials and very long from here, but by sea, there are aether storms out in the coast, and you'll see, when you go outside, you can see it on the horizon. This is something new, something never seen before, and I think this is also information that the Queen should know. So there's no getting there by sea either, which is why I think it's also important to go to Abercathis for the library to try and see if we can get through that way. Anyway, and then we'll continue with the conversation.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Something else that I was trying to kind of went back in and just didn't happen. Udric would probably also, when you mentioned kind of the ether storms, would say like, actually swinging back round to that to the ether. You was talking about this earlier, and
Yes.
I mean, there's just been so much to catch up on, so it's slipped my mind. But this this black stuff, the black ether
That came out of Brahm.
Did I see that? Is that something that Udric saw?
No.
No, you wouldn't have known that, no.
Yeah, I've no idea. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of the texture of like blood, but it's pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. It was in the temple.
In the temple?
Yes, it's
how, where, and why?
well, it's draining the life force out of the jungle. It seemed to be linked to Savannah.
Yes, that does make sense.
Seems like she's trying to kill everything in the desert by getting rid of its food sources, etc.
If that is the case, we are far from the Akeza ruins here, but if that is her base of operations, we should warn the townsfolk before we leave. Make sure that they stock up.
Let's spend the rest of our evening doing that.
Is there anything else? No, it makes sense that it's consuming. The black aether that came out of Brahm, when we tried to expel it from him, it took his life force with him as well. There was a lot going on when we reunited. Did we tell you that Brahm died again?
Again.
Well, he died the first time before we met up with him.
There was cliff death. I know about cliff death.
This one was, we realised that there was this black ichor inside of him that was sort of giving him his connection to Aether and the magic and the things that he could do. But also it was very much a curse and he wanted rid of it. So we spoke to, oh my god, his name, Valak, who could use his rune magic to sort of control Aether. And we did an incantation, Valak did an incantation to separate the black Aether from Brahm, except it was what was keeping Brahm alive, and Elodie looks for a moment just sort of horrified again as she just personally gets a little flashback of what she saw at the time, which was Brahm desiccated, like mummified on the table in front of her. He was drained of all life and blood and energy by this thing, by that process. And fortunately, it seemed like Peltos and the spirit of his father intervened, and so he is back and fine, but this black Aether had glomphed onto him, for want of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
If that's connected to Savannah. But yes, it is a corrupting force, and not to be trifled with. That is... experimenting with it is what caused my shadow to be separated from me.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll just have to be a bit more careful in future.
Yes. And we will warn the townsfolk to stock up and ration things and be prepared just in case their food supplies get cut off.
And I shall pay for the boat in water.
In fact, no, we'll come to the next morning, and Udric, you can go and find Zach. He will lead you down towards where the beach is, and you can see as you get down there, sort of embedded in the sand, there is this ramp that leads off into the ocean. And you can see next to it there are a bunch of upside down boats, and there are a bunch of these long contraption, almost like what are they called, like carriages, but they're very low to the ground, and it looks like the center of them is made out of some sort of really heavy metal or stone. And you can see one of these things has been set up on this ramp, and it has a boat on it. And you watch as a couple of dock workers come over, and they knock away these posts that are holding the wheels, stopping it from rolling. When they knock it away, they hold on to the rope, and the whole contraption with this boat on it, it's not like a big ship, it's like a rowboat, goes into the water. It's a large rowboat, so it's too big for them to pick up and just put in. And as it splashes into the water and goes down, the boat itself begins to float, but the contraption disappears into the water. And as that begins to float, you can see a couple of fishermen who are out in another one of these boats. They throw a rope around it to tie it off and pull it towards them. And the people who are on the shore that had the rope, they begin pulling it, and you watch as this thing rolls out of the water, and they put blocks underneath it again to stop it from moving. And next to them is another one of these long carriages with a boat on it, but you can see that the large stone or metal bit that's in the middle has been removed, and it looks like a sort of pulley system, like a rope has been tied around it, and when you get those types of carts that have got the bars that go across and people can stand behind them and push them, a bit similar to the one that you used to take your sister's goods to Redstone Farm.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so something they've sort of jerry-rigged something like that, so this boat can be pushed while on one of these things. Udric, yes, I've managed to speak to the dock workers here, and they've jerry-rigged this for you to take with you, I believe is what you wanted.
Oh, you'll have to thank Jerry for me.
He says thanks. Is that right? You see from out on one of the boats.
Does this boat have a tarp over it or anything like that? Is it just open top boat?
There is a tarp provided, but it's not over it at the moment, so Udric can inspect it, because Zach wasn't 100% sure what he wanted it for.
Very useful.
It's completely watertight. Water won't get out of it. Water won't get into it if you take it on the water, although we're going in. He's very confused as to why you want this.
Yeah, it looks like it would hold a decent bit of water as well.
Yeah, a whole. Oh, I see. Yes, it will hold quite a lot of. Are you sure you want to take your friend with you?
I promised her an adventure.
It's just there's a reason why the dinosaurs don't normally come out of the jungles, and it's because it's the canopies are so dense that the sunlight doesn't get through, so it allows them to stay cooler. They stay out in the desert for too long, and their skin can dry up, and they can. I mean, you'll see plenty of skeletons out there from other larger creatures that haven't been able to survive in the heat. It's going to be a big risk if you take her with you. I've not gotten close enough, so.
I'd be impressed if you could tell if you did. Dim, is this you telling me that I can't keep my dinosaur?
I have something for it, so if you'd like to take Denver with you, you can.
I would like to, yes. I want to keep my dinosaur. Particularly, I want to, just add an extra one to Udric's menagerie back in Markstead. Don't you worry about that. I believe that I'd be able to create enough water to make sure that nothing too bad does happen. Unless, of course, you've got a dinosaur-sized raincoat.
Unfortunately, I haven't got anything big enough that will cover over your friends over their body, but just be prepared.
I wonder if Elodie is going to try and find the pipes that we were using to clean out the barrels in the tavern. Zach, do you have any spare of these?
I have a couple spare. I've got a couple of ones that I've changed that have gotten a bit too grimy, and I've got a few newer ones
Clean
out in
ones,
storage. Yeah, there's some
preferably.
clean ones out in storage.
Wonderful. May I have them, please?
I have some spare, so sure.
Thank you. And she's going to get to tinkering and going to set up a system. Now, Nat knows that this thing existed in the ancient world, doesn't know the exact science and tech behind it, but there was ways of shifting water vertically by creating like pipes that also create a suction downwards to push water upwards. And she's going to use those tubes connect them from the tub out and up along a harness. I'm assuming that Denver has a harness for you to sit on.
Yeah, there was a kind of makeshift thing with vines and druidcraft.
Like a makeshift saddle, yeah.
To run up that harness and up to like a little headpiece for Denver, and then tie off the ends of the tube so it doesn't like spray directly, but then create lots of tiny little holes so it does like a little fine mist over her
Making
face.
a beer can cap for Denver, aren't you?
Yeah.
I will allow it. Make me,
I'm now imagining, because I'd thought, travel in the cart by day, and then, when we stop, then I fill it with water, and then people just have to put up with sitting in soggy cart. Now I'm imagining that she's actually having to carry all of this water at all times, meaning that anybody who does want to ride in it has a portable hot tub for the journey.
Yeah, ideal.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Udric and Elodie bring in the pool party.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rave as you enter into Abercathus.
Do you know dancing lights will just turn up? Whoop, whoop, by a dinosaur.
It'll have to be minor illusion. I don't have dancing lights.
Josh,
Could throw a few firebolts.
Yeah. I am going to just interject at this point, Josh, because when you were describing like the boat and like the stone apparatus or something, I wondered whether you were giving me a Flintstone car. Right.
You could use it. I mean, the big metal bit, big wooden the big heavy bit that gets it to sink when the ships are put into the water. That's not there. So if you wanted to sit in it and do it with your feet, there's enough space there. You could.
I mean, all of the elements are there now. We've got a bird that can do the kind of whistle. Udric can slide down Denver's back.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Cool. I can hardly Hanna-Barbera it. I'm going to boo myself.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Cool. Yeah. No, This is a question, Josh. I didn't really need it in the jungle, but did I incorporate in the jungle with money?
You didn't find anything of value in the jungle, so whatever gold you had on you, you still have.
Okay.
You had no reason to. Actually, no. I'll be fair to you. Make either a perception or investigation check. Because you were in a temple, and there were bodies all over the place.
That's true. And I did look at them. What did you say? Perception and...
Perception or investigation.
It's going to be perception. Perception. Oh, that's a good number. I like that number. That's a 23.
23. Roll me 2 D100s.
2 D100s.
2.
So
yes, you
two
rolled over 20. You rolled over 20.
Okay. And pick 2 differing shades so that I can definitely tell which one's which. Not that I suppose mathematically that actually makes any difference. What? How the heck did I do that? I rolled 95 on both.
Ha!
What are the chances of that?
That
Dad,
is
tell me what the chances of that are.
math it.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I'll say while you're looking that up that if you'd on your D20 roll, on your perception check, if you'd rolled a 1 to 9, it would have been a D10. On a 10 to 19, it would have been a D100, and then because you rolled over 20, it was 2 D100s. Is how I was basing that off of. But you will get 190 gold coins is what you would have found.
I've taken a photo that I will share. I realise that I have obviously touched the dice and could have manipulated them, but I mean I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah, I would be as well. 295s on a D1 on D100.
95.
Apparently it's a 1 in 100 chance.
That makes sense. To be
You
fair.
are 1 in 100.
Yeah.
Sean. One thing that you all didn't quite notice because you were focused on going to. Actually, no, you weren't like solely focused on it. As you came out of the tavern, you have now seen that there is a very long caravan of various different sized carts and people who are carrying lots of things on their back. Some of them look a little bit sickly, some of them look a little bit hot, as they have sort of appeared. And Zach, as you're inspecting your ship, he looks at this caravan and sort of scratches his head. This is slightly bigger than I was hoping it would be. And an elderly lady walks up to him. Zach, it's good to see you. I apologise that there was a lot more of us than we'd originally agreed upon, but when we travelled through Timber, a lot of the people from there were also experiencing the same issues that we were, and also chose to leave. We've avoided.
Is it going down?
Timber is.
Udric, not
yelling?
the time.
Oh, sorry.
But actually, there's a good point. What was going down in Timber?
We've been experiencing a lot of our crops and our waters have been getting infected, poisoned even, to the point where we can't even purify them, even with magic. Embermore is more situated within the jungle, and there had been reports of blackened vines around our crops, killing our food sources, even some of our livestock. We had to leave, so we avoided going through the jungle, so we travelled down to Timber and then over to the Griffside Fort to see if the military people there had any issues. There was nobody there, and then we travelled the rest of the way along the beach here.
And did you travel past the Akeza ruins?
They are within the jungle. You can't quite see them because of how dense it is, but nobody ventured in the jungle.
All right. This is, Zach, what we told you about last night. That we definitely told you about just before we went to bed.
Yeah,
the corruption.
Yeah, it sounds familiar to what you were saying, so that's quite worrying.
We cannot stay. We have to get to Abacathus, but if you have anyone magically inclined, academically inclined, spiritually inclined that might have dealt with any corruption like this before, anyone following a guardian who might have access to, I know it's so rare these days, but anyone who might have access to any cleansing magic, it might be worth putting together a team to go there.
We've not had anybody. We've not those who we have who worship one or more of the guardians have noticed a disruption in their magics of late, a weakening, as it were. Not able to access all of the magics that they were once gifted by the guardians, and we don't know why. And those who are able to, who are normally the ones who would purify our food and water, it has no effect on this, whatever this thing is. This corruption, as you call it.
Well, I suppose be prepared for it to come to Sakam as well.
Yeah, we're not close enough to the jungle for. That's been a bit. We'll be prepared. I'll send some people out to bring any remaining refugees here. It's strange that nobody's in the fort. We'll have to investigate that as well. But I think I might need to come to Abercathus as well. I might need to speak to the Queen.
Then you should. I have a long list of things to petition her about, and it is all connected, I believe. So your concerns will be addressed, but it would be good to have you there as well as a representative of the town.
Yeah.
So it's not just the ravings of 2 people.
Okay. Well, let's start moving. Udric, if you wouldn't mind having your friend and your goods, if you wouldn't mind having all of that at the back of the caravan, I think that would be good. We are the freshest of the group, so I don't want us to walk too far, or at least I don't want all of you to walk too far in front of everybody and we get separated. I'll be up and down the caravan, making sure that everybody's okay. It's part of my job as a desert walker.
It makes sense to have a strong party at both ends as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Right.
I can fly between. Leave Corvu at one end, myself at the other.
Okay. Let's move out. Or, let's roll out, he says, gesturing towards the boat.
Wagons roll?
Anyway.
That's the sound that the convertible hood makes as it comes out.
As you put it over. Okay, so you start your journey. Now, it will take it takes 2 weeks for you to get to Widow Grove, which is the next location on the map, and then it will take just over like a day or so, over or under, depending on sandstorms, to get to Hazelthorn.
Brief conversation.
Yes.
When we go through Widow Grove, is it a bustling town? Is it dead? Like, what sort of scale are we talking?
It's a small settlement. It's probably 10 buildings in total. No tavern or anything like that here. It does have a general mess hall though, which is where people will go to get their food and drink. It's not something that's you have to pay money for. Well, if you're part of the village, you don't have to pay for it, but outsiders are expected to pay for their food and drink and stuff because they're very sort of self-sufficient. They grow their own stuff. As you go through it and stop for the night there, they also explain that they've been having issues with the crops that they've been getting up. They've been digging their crops up, and they've been finding that these black veins have eaten away at what they've been growing.
Can I? Oh, sorry. No, you go first.
I mean, I probably would have done this at Sakam as well. I'm going to do my usual trick of spending 8 hours plant growth, trying to enrich the land. So anywhere that we stop over, I'm going to be doing that.
Okay, so you do that. You can do that like during the sort of the nighttime period that we sort of went back on. You can easily do that while conversing with Elodie and sort of sharing information around everywhere. And in fact, would you like to describe to Elodie how your plant growth looks?
Yes. Yeah. So when Udric did it at the temple, he kind of sat down, and because you would have seen him with without his top on for much of this. You would have noticed that he does have this kind of large. It looks like a tattoo, but almost like scarification kind of tree on his back. And when he casts plant growth, he kind of gets himself into a comfortable sitting position on the ground. And you would notice that the roots of this tattoo tree start to creep down his back until they reached a certain point when they become real roots and seep into the ground and into the earth, and then start to spread, greeniosity everywhere.
And your plant growth is a mile radius. So as you cast it, you enrich the soil and the minerals and everything around Sakam. You do feel that there is a corruption coming. It hasn't sort of penetrated that mile sort of perimeter that you've now set up, but with the experiences that you had in the jungle and doing the plant growth in the middle of this black ichor, you can get a sense for if it's coming this way, and it is slowly, but it is coming.
Kind of like the ranger sense. Can I just quickly ask, were you saying a mile because you were misremembering the spell, or is mine more powerful? Because it's a half-mile radius or a mile diameter.
Oh. Either. Half a mile. I thought it was a mile, but yeah, if it's half a mile, then it's half a mile. Same sort of effect.
Same as it's normal. Yeah. That's all good. I mean, it's all esoteric anyway. What's that? Your spell's a mile radius. Well, I'm going to put everything a mile out of it then.
Yeah. And you do the same at Widow's Grove, and it's not on the surface, so you can't see any of these veins sort of in the sand and everything. There's no concrete or anything in this place. It's literally just a sand town, or sand settlement. But as your roots dig into the sand, and again you spread this revitalization around, you can feel that the deepest parts where the roots sort of sit and where they grow, where they pull the moisture out of the earth and everything, is riddled with this corruption underneath, and it is sort of beginning to pull to the surface, and like it was at the temple. Just getting to that point.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
With before Udric did this, when we arrived at Widow's Grove, knowing that they were complaining about their crops being corrupted, would we have had time for Elodie to have taken a sample and investigated it and experimented on it?
Yes.
To confirm that this is the same black aether.
Yeah. Are you going to use your dissolution thing spell on it, or something?
Yeah, I'll take, I don't know, whatever. What do they grow here?
Parsnips.
I mean, if it's parsnips in the desert.
Yeah, they grow parsnips. Why not? Potatoes.
Because they don't grow in arid climates.
Yeah, desert potatoes. There we go.
Pineapples, coconuts.
You could have gone for like olive groves. Not dates. Dates don't grow, but like
they grow
anyway.
Food.
Courgettes.
Sure. Okay. We'll take a fruit, a desert fruit, the desert courgette, and do dissolution on that to check that it's the black aether, the ichor.
Yes, Sean.
Irrelevant, but point. It's a grove. Would it be olives or grapes? Widow Grove.
Olives.
There you go.
We'll go olives. Okay, so first of all, do you have any form of protection on you?
Oh.
Because if it's not pink aether, it's going to touch, either way, it's going to touch your skin.
I can mage hand hold it.
Yeah, okay. Do it that way then. As you do, you pull a fruit off, and that fruit is covered in this black ichor, and you cast your dissolution on it, and you watch as the sort of batch of olives that you've pulled off, they dissolve first, and they're slightly off colour to what olives should normally be anyway. They're more of a dull grey colour, and that dissolves first, leaving just that the black ichor sort of floating there on your mage hand. And then you think, oh, okay, well, it's black aether then. Then that begins to dissolve, and it begins to pull away, and it leaves purple aether there, the corrupted aether. And as that touches your mage hand, you watch as your mage hand begins to twitch and extend. The fingers snap round the wrong way, and it begins to mutate into something else, and then you dispel it, and it's gone.
Yeah, dispel that. And what happens to the aether? Does it just drop to the floor? Does it do anything on the floor?
It fizzles. Well, no, it gets destroyed when you dissolve your mage hand, because it infected the mage hand.
Okay.
So that confirms to you that this black ichor is not black aether.
Black ichor is not black aether. It's being controlled by the purple aether.
Yeah. You would know this to be a blight.
Okay.
And not the little twig people that walk around in D&D terms. This is an actual blight.
Mm-hmm. Have I got that wrong then? Is that just my notes wrong? Is black ichor, is black aether actually a thing? Have we got pink aether, purple aether and black aether, or is it just pink aether and purple aether and also black ichor?
Yes, this is something different.
Fine.
This happens to also be black, which is really confusing.
Very confusing.
Yeah.
And ichor and aether are kind of similar substances.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm getting at is I was wondering if, because I've got so many canisters of pure pink aether, does introducing that to the black ichor dispel it, counteract it, provide any defenses? That's the real experiment that I want to be doing.
Yeah. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pull out one of the canisters out of... You'd have to make sure you do this without anybody else being able to see, because everybody will be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But say it's...
This is overnight. Actually,
yeah, overnight.
I tell you... I'll come back to where I do it in a sec, but you finish that thought.
I was going to say, do it at night. Every night that you've slept... Denver has formed like a wall around the pair of you so you can rest.
I have another idea for that. Don't worry about that. I'll deal with that in a sec, but tell me what happens with the aether.
Okay. As you sort of open the can, do you just chuck it in with the canister, or do you pour a little bit of the aether out, or pull a little bit of aether out with the mage hand?
Okay, I'll tell you now what's happening in terms of where we're resting. So one of the other spells I have... again, a new spell. So as we set camp for the night, each night, Elodie will walk a little bit away from the others and start concentrating and start pulling the sand and the aether and start building a short 3-level tower. And it's a little odd looking in the middle of the desert, but it's somewhere between a sandstone and a classic fairy tale tower that you'd see in a Western European children's book. So it doesn't quite have like the white daub and the sort of ivy crawling up it and the tiled roof, but it is that sort of spherical with a roof shape, but sandstone with windows with stained glass. And as you go inside, and Udric would be able to come inside as well, then it really does look like a classic fairy tale tower. On the first floor is a cozy library, fireplace, chairs, a little table to eat at, books everywhere. On the floor above is a bedroom for Udric, should he want it. And on the top floor is a bedroom for Elodie, including a little lab set up This is Galda's Tower. So it's somewhere in between Magnificent Mansion and Tiny Hut. It's not as defensible as Tiny Hut, but it's a lot more comfortable.
There's also a missed opportunity there. You could have just made that a sandcastle.
I mean, but it's specifically a tower. It kind of is. It's just a single tower. I can't make it like a big castle situation.
You create it by scooping up a load of
Just like
a load of sand in a big bucket and then
tapping on top of the bucket.
Yeah.
No, it kind of like swirls into existence. It's always warm and dry regardless of the conditions outside. Anything that we try and remove from it will dissipate into smoke, but it's cozy. You can read the books in there. They're all like fairy stories and things, if you wanted to. The fairy stories, but also kind of Elodie's memories and but like factual memories of like lore and stuff, rather than personal memories. Yeah. Each level has like a ladder and a hatch to get to the next one. There's not a fancy staircase, so it's, got to do a bit of climbing. But yeah. So, and Udric, I think the first time she casts it, she would ask you, describe your ideal resting situation.
I mean, to be honest, I tend to just, sleep out in the, outside with the dinosaur looking up at the stars.
I mean, if you would like to continue to do that, you are welcome. If you could choose anything at all.
Grateful. I'll be honest, my imagination when it comes to opulence is probably significantly falls short of yours. Why don't you show me what you think would be of interest?
So she's made sure your floor has got yes, it's the sandstone, but there's also creeping vines of like you would get in like olive groves. That kind of relatively thin twisted wood kind of surrounds it. The ceiling itself, it sort of has a minor illusion of the night sky and starlight, but as seen from in the middle of nowhere where there are no lights, you can see stars, galaxies, like clusters of stars, and the fireplace in it is more of a simple stove, like stone circle in the corner, rather than an opulent fireplace. And there's not like, definitely not bear skins, not like fur rugs and things like that, but like cozy feather pillows and cozy blankets, woolen blankets around. But it's very simple. It's not flashy at all. It's very simple, and it's at the right height that actually you can open the window and Denver can stick her nose in. And there's a small bed, like a cot for Luca.
Yeah, well done. I like that. That's I could get used to that.
I can next time I could try and make the window opening slightly larger so Denver could stick her nose in further, but that will reduce your privacy and defensibility.
I mean, or would it improve it because I could get onto the back of my dinosaur a lot quicker?
Whatever you like. So throughout the journey, she'll have like tweaked it and altered it, so eventually it will be just exactly useful to Udric's needs. If you'll allow me a little sort of like awning extension, Josh, to cover Denver, so Denver can curl up underneath it, but outside, because Denver's not going to fit inside.
Like a gazebo.
But,
You get a large gazebo that sort of springs out, sort of as the tower's created. You've got the little hole, the large sort of hole where Denver's snout can come in, and as that bit is created, this tarpaulin just rolls out from the top of that hole, and it rolls out like flat as if it's rolling along the ground, but it's rolling in thin air, and it goes along Denver's entire body, ends, and then two wooden or sandbike or whatever material you'd like poles come out and jutter into the ground to hold it up as a thing to shade.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can have that. That's fine.
Great, thanks.
Right.
So we cut back to your original question. Where is Elodie doing these experiments? And it will be in her fantasy created lab on the top floor of here. But she will be manifesting the kind of equipment that she had in the kitchen back in Merkstead. So the kind of a little stove, test tubes, all that kind of thing. So she's able to like mage hand scoop up samples without touching them herself. And rather than dropping this ichor sample into the canister, she's taken a small amount of the pink aether from the canister to mix it. So she's not wasting the entire canister on this.
Yeah. Okay. So are you looking to just introduce it to the black ichor, or are you looking to introduce it to whatever the black ichor is attached to?
The ultimate goal of these experiments is to see whether the pink aether that she has will help stave off the corruption here, or will at least provide results that suggest there is a way. How can we stave off this corruption? That's what she's trying to look for. How can we stave off this corruption? Is it doable with pink aether? Is there something larger at play? Because if she can leave some pink aether here, or when Udrik is casting plant growth, if she can boost him and his casting of that spell to try and negate the black aether, the ichor corruption, then that's what she wants to do.
Yeah. You do a little bit of experimenting with it, and what you will discover is the pink aether starts off as a deterrent. You pour a little bit in, and sort of like one of those like disc things that you put the telescope over. You sort of put them in together, and you watch as the pink aether sort of expands and touches the black ichor, and the black ichor begins to dissolve and turn to dust until just the purple bit of aether is left. And then the pink aether touches that, and it sort of absorbs it into it, and it disappears, and you're just left with the pink aether. You're like, oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so you do a few more experiments with it. But what you find is in one of the tests, the black ichor doesn't rescind from the pink aether, and then almost venom style latches onto it and begins absorbing it into it, turning it purple, and then that begins to expand outwards, and that's when you have to go shit, and then you use your dissolve thing to destroy it.
Yeah, enough of that.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So
learn from that.
The black ichor is the corrupting force, and it's too powerful. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you learn from it that it's evolving. It's learning what its weaknesses are, and it's building defenses against it.
So we'll like the next day be talking through with Udrik. So I think there is a way to stop it, but actually what we need to do is get ahead of it, and we need to discover what its weak, like a big way to strike it and take it all down in one go so it doesn't have the opportunity to learn and adapt.
I just figured cut the head off at the source.
I mean, sort of,
Savannah.
yes. But I was trying to think short term, whether there was anything to do about staving off. her influence on things, but I mean, I think that ultimately will help.
That's my hope. If I can at least provide a little bit of extra nourishment for a time, then that's building up a bit more of their reserves until we can do a bit more of a permanent solution.
We'll do what we can.
Hmm.
You hear a loud crash outside.
We'll look out of the window.
You look out the window and you can see that Denver has collapsed outside. Is laying on her side currently and is lots of rasp breathing coming out from her chest. She's quite dry. Her scales are quite dry. You can see that some of the people from the caravan, especially kids who have kind of been a bit taken aback with Denver along the journey, a couple of them have climbed onto her claws and they've been dragged along and they've been riding it going wee sort of thing. Everybody loves Denver, and Denver seems to have grown more accustomed to be around people. But she's now collapsed, and they're trying to feed her water through her beer cap, and she's not drinking it.
I mean, first thing, can I cast create water and make rain all over like her? It's quite a range, I think. 30-foot cube, so should cover a huge creature, or at least the bulk of her.
Yeah, that will cover the bulk of her. Game statistics wise, she's gained a level of exhaustion through being out in this intense heat all of the time. Even with soaking her scales down every day, it's getting to the point now where you are in such a hot climate. You're not near the jungle now, having sort of left sort of on the outskirts of Widow's Grove at the moment. It's got to that point now where she's starting to struggle with being out in she's a jungle dinosaur that's evolved being a covered area, not having the sun's rays on her that often. So basically she's got heat stroke at a severe level.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's kind of different between her and us, really? Because also humans aren't really designed for that. If it's hot enough to give her heat stroke, then we should be struggling just as much. She's
a much larger creature than what you are, so it's affecting her differently. Plus, you're all... I mean, obviously, you could put bits of clothing and all that on her, but because she's more of a type of creature that retains her heat in a different way to what we do, it's just not working well for her. She's a big thing. It's very hot.
Is there anything we can do, Udric?
Her aura is very weak, I will say, Udric.
We are so far from the jungle now.
I have something I can do. That's not how he sounds. I have something I can do. If you allow it, Udric. And this is you sort of looked next to you, see nothing. Look down and you see a little totem or little toy doll. Luca is looking up at you.
Of course, Luca, if you've got something that you can try, beyond keeping her skin wet, I didn't really have much else.
I have an ability. I can only do it once, so I could make I could turn Denver into a wooden totem that you can carry with you. It would keep her protected. You wouldn't be able to have her out all of the time. It's very limited in its use, but it would keep her alive.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm going to approach Denver And I'll just say, it seems I may have underestimated the effect of this sun on you. We've got an option, but it might mean that you can't be around for all of the journey.
Well, she seems a little bit out of sorts at the moment. You can hear her talking about her home, which is the jungle, how she wants to return there at some point, but the darkness that's there is scaring her. How she's found new friends that, although are very small compared to her, she's grown to love, and that she doesn't want to leave them, but she feels that she can't go any further. She gets her senses about her for a split second, and she just looks to you, and you can see a tear forming in her. You can see that she doesn't really have tear ducts, but you can see that a tear begins to form in her eye. She can't speak to you, but because you've cast Speak of Animals, she's asking for your help in whatever way you can give it.
Do it, Luca. I think it's for the best.
Okay. Bear with me. Would you mind if I uppies? Can you put me in your pouch? I might have to draw on some of your magic to help.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Okay. And you watch as Luca sort of directs you to stand at Denver's snout, and he places his hand on her snout and gives it a rub. Put your hand on top of mine. Now close your eyes. You close your eyes, and from Elodie's point of view, you watch as the green eyes that Luca has, you watch as that ethereal magic that's in there begins to leak into the woodwork of this creature that he's inhabiting. Very similar to veins and things that begin to travel around, and he begins to glow. And as he begins to glow, you watch as the magic from him ascends up Udric's arm, as the same similar sort of thing to how Udric's plant growth works happens again. But it's instead of it being the roots coming out of his back, it's the branches and leafage from the top parts of his tattoo scarring begin to pull over his shoulder, and they meet in the center of his arm at his elbow and interlock with each other, and then they both travel down Udric's arm out of his hands like vines, and sort of begin to wrap themselves very slowly around Denver's form. And once Denver's form is completely covered by these vines, you watch as this ethereal green glow begins to glow underneath it, and the form begins to shrink down. And Udric, you'll hear Denver say in a slightly more humanoid voice to you, and by that I mean it's less booming dinosaur voice and more where her size is shrunk down, it's more softer. Thank you. And when the vines sort of pull themselves away, you can see that there is a very pick up 6-inch totem of Denver there that you can keep with you. You can't speak to her through this, but she's there and she's safe. There is a magic item that allows you to throw the totem and call a creature from it, because I didn't want to take Denver away from you, but you can't be traveling around with Denver everywhere.
Why?
It's we'll discuss it a little bit further, because I think there's a lot of restrictions on it, and I don't want to put that many restrictions on it. I think at the minute it's like a once per week thing
once
you
a
can
week
do.
because I've got it on a different character.
Yeah, so we'll discuss that, and we'll make it so you can bring Denver out more frequently. You can end this on Denver whenever you'd like by breaking the totem once Denver has been sort of summoned. obviously be careful where you do that.
Mhm. I think certainly at first it makes sense to like have the restrictions because we'll still be in that kind of desert area.
Yeah.
So that all sounds reasonable.
Cool.
Thank you for Pokemoning my dinosaur.
That's all right. We did talk about that. So now that Denver has been turned into a totem, basically, you have a large boat that you can hook some camels and horses to pull. You can still use it to fill with water if you'd like to, or you can let people travel in it. It's up to you. There are still a lot of people that do walk around. A lot of the people that have spent most of this journey walking have been taking it in turns climbing on Denver as well, especially the more elderly people. But yeah, you've got a boat on wheels you can use.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that it would become the tour bus at the back.
Yeah, and a couple of the kids get in there as well, and as it's going along, you do get the wheels on the boat go round and round, round and round, round and round, as they're sort of going along.
I'm glad you said that I could buy some camels, because I was like, I'm going to have to summon something. Aeodrun's never summoned anything before.
Yeah, there would have been some camels and horses that would have been pulling the other wagons and things, but some of them are like doubled up, but they can take some of them off to help pull this boat and have a couple of people help pull along with the horses and stuff. But yeah,
Elodie would chip in as well. Elodie managed to hold on to all of her money.
Yeah, cool. People at Widow's Grove are very happy with that because they don't see a lot of trade, especially for horses and camels come in. A lot of people mainly just want the food and the drink because it's a stop-off point for them either getting to Sackham or going to Hazelthorne. But you leave...
Before we... Sorry, just very, very quickly, before we leave Widow's Grove as well, will have been this whole journey, all of the experimentation on this blight. So not necessarily talking about the slightly more secretive stuff that Udric and Elodie will talk about, but things that are affecting the whole populace, like the blight. Elodie will be telling Taya everything she knows. So Taya can publish the findings in whatever newspaper form she's able to do on the road. But basically we're leaving the town with a message of like, this is what this is. Not necessarily saying it's connected to Savannah, but like how to, as far as possible, like keep aware of it. Don't eat, don't touch anything that's been affected by this, like burn it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And spreading news wider about this blight that's coming from the south.
Yeah, a lot of people, like general people, don't actually know who Savannah is.
No.
Don't even know that a lot of people, a lot of the more common folk, as it were, don't actually know how the Rising started.
Yeah. It
was just something that started, and it's something that happened. So Savannah is a sort of a mystery to a lot of people who haven't been directly affected by her or met her or anything like that. But as you go to leave Widow's Grove, the few people that do live here say, we're going to travel down to Sackham. We're going to move all of our stuff down there. If Mr. Carnan says that all of this stuff is bubbling underneath us, then we shouldn't be here anymore. We need to be somewhere safe.
I don't know if Sackham is safe for long, to be honest. It's sort of equidistant to the ruins as you are, and if you go to Sackham, then you are stuck there. You might be better travelling north from here. Or west.
We could do, but at least if we're at Sackham, we can sail somewhere.
There is no sailing out of Sackham. There are terrible storms blighting the horizon.
Okay. Yeah, you'd probably be better off coming with... Zach steps in. You'd probably be better off coming with us to Hazelthorne at least. See what the situation's like there. And go from there. Okay, right. And so these people will then pack up all of their belongings and they will join the caravan. as you slowly begin saving or sort of helping the entire desert move elsewhere. Peoples of the desert.
Starting a new wave of refugees heading to the city.
Yeah. First time that the Volthiri desert has ever experienced anything like this. I mean, Udric's experienced this before with travelling to Ostragos and seeing the tent district outside of it. So you very personal, or very would it be personal? Would it be no? Recently experienced is the word I'm going to go for. Yeah.
How have these people reacted to Udric summoning the rains in the desert? I mean, I know this is a world in which magic has existed, but it is still pretty rare, especially out in rural communities, right? Have they been like, oh my god, amazing, or have they been freaking the fuck out?
They're very impressed by it. They've never seen anybody do this before. I did want to make a range down in Africa reference, but have it be like a range down in Volthiri sort of reference. But I can't think of anything smart, so they're not going to do that.
Those rains are blessed.
Yeah. But no, they are a lot of... You have learned during this entire journey that... you'll spend another 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days it will take you to get to Hazelthorn. We'll come to the point where you get to Hazelthorn in a moment. But you've learned that with Udric casting this and stopping at Widow's Grove to do the plant growth and everything like that, a lot of the people here look up and respect Udric in a way that you've never seen before. A druid, especially a druid in the desert, is very rare. So, and they all call Udric a druid, even if you're not 100% sure on what you actually are. But they all refer to you as the druid. Most people call you Mr. Carnan, but they don't worship you because that seems a bit culty, but they do very much come to you. Some people will even come to you to bless their dinners and things like that. They ask you to come and sort of make sure that everything's okay, because it's something they've never experienced before. And even Zach is impressed. And Zach is you would have learned, Udric would have learned that Zach was a former military man, similar to you, probably around the same age. How old's Udric again? Remind me.
Oh, because of the 10 years in the forest, he'd be in his 40s.
Yeah, so Zach is around the same sort of age as you. Served in the Volthiri armies and was very prominent in something that was known as the border wars, when the Aslorian Kingdom and the Volthiri deserts and the Dimigan Empire up north were fighting over how much land they controlled and all of that sort of stuff. He was very prevalent in that, and he was stationed in Hazelthorn, between Hazelthorn and Eldermire during the Rising, and was one of the pushback forces to stop them from getting into the desert.
Sure.
So you have that sort of mutual respect, sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger and
arm clasp
every now and then.
Big arm clasp.
With
No words, just like...
With my paltry strength of 10, the arm's just a little bit more withered. Anyway, I think Udric's definitely kind of, when people come asking for blessing of the food, I don't have by as standard purify food and drink, but I do have detect poison and disease, like I've used in the hospital before.
Yeah.
I would be ritual casting that around meal time so that I could be like, don't eat that. That bit's fine. That bit's fine. Although now I feel like I'm Remy the Rat in Ratatouille. Clean, clean, poisoned.
Yeah, a couple of ones that you catch out where somebody's slipped a corrupted olive into their food without knowing, and you're able to pick that out before it affects anything else. And yeah, you can do that the entire journey there as you get to Hazelthorn, and a lot of the people of the caravan sort of break off from here, and some of them are going to stay in Hazelthorn. They thank you both for everything that you've done for everybody. Elodie's been spending a lot of time flying backwards up and down the caravan, checking in on everyone as well.
I think there's probably, we don't need to role play it, but I think what she's been doing as well, just heavily sympathizing with these people who have staunchly lived self-sufficiently in the desert all their lives, right? They've never really needed that much outside help. They're fine. And they've defended their lands as well. Having to leave because of this corruption, this blight, must have been awful for them. So but what she's been doing is collecting their stories. So asking them for their local folk tales, their tales of heroic deeds, things that brought them joy, and sort of writing them down. And sort of, collecting them and engaging in like what are your stories, what are your legends, what are your tales of heroism, tell me about the land, tell me about your connection to the land, and that kind of thing, just to kind of keep learning from them as well whilst there, and give them a space to talk about it as they're having to leave.
And these stories and legends and rumors and things that they sort of tell you form new books in your library as they do that. And Taya is in there as much as humanly possible. She is in there and she is studying as much as she can. When
I think also just before we leave Hazelthorn, Udric would do a special double up of plant growth, just because he's seen the kind of tent town. He knows that these people are basically going to be having to set up a refugee outside Hazelthorn, wants to basically give them as much that they can trade and become on a tier with them. So creates this kind of little oasis just outside the town that belongs to the refugees.
She spent a day and a bit here. It's a big town, so getting the supplies and everything that you need for the journey to get to Abercathus will take a few days anyway. So you're able to do the plant growth. You can't feel the corruption around Hazelthorn as you cast it. It's not made its way here yet. Not to say that it's not going to come here, but it's you can't sense it when you do it. But you do revitalize the land, and you basically create an area that allows the what are now refugees to set themselves up and, as Nat said, be self-sufficient, so they don't have to rely on the people of Hazelthorn. So you help with that. I will give both of you an inspiration for that.
Yeah, thanks.
Does mine stack? Because I didn't use the previous one.
Yeah, you can stack it.
Okay. At some point I'll make a roll without it. Yes.
Elodie is absolutely useless at helping people load and unload stuff, but will occasionally use, depending on how many spell slots I've got spare that day, we'll use Bubble Lift to help transport heavy goods around.
Sean's like, what?
Yeah. Look, Udric aside, I haven't even heard of half the spells you're using.
There's so many new spells now. This is from Obojima, Tales from the Tall Grass. Any solid, granular, or liquid object that weighs 500 pounds or less floats 4 feet off the ground in a bubble. And you can kind of push it around. It's lightweight. It's not quite a resilient sphere.
Can pop easily.
You can pop it, but it helps carry stuff around.
At the time of recording this, which will date how long it's been since this campaign actually starts, they've just revealed some of the new spells that are coming in the new Forgotten Realms books, and oh my word, they are putting quite a few new spells in.
I've not had a chance to look at these yet.
So I've had a skim. I've not read any of them, but I've just had to skim through, and it's like, oh, okay. I just thought it was going to be like a small thing, but it looks like quite a big update. Anyway, back on track. Leaving Hazelthorn, which is quite a big town, as I said, this is similar in size to Merkstead, just without any water around. It is just yourselves, Taya and Zach, who will be carrying on towards Abercathis. The people of the caravans that are now refugees know that all of them getting into Abercathis to settle is going to be near on impossible. It is very much not strict on its population rules and all of that sort of stuff, but they know there's not enough space there for them. So they're going to settle here, and they explain to you that they are self-sufficient. When they come back, they'll probably would have made themselves huts and homes, and Hazelthorn will grow that little bit more from it.
Mhm.
It's another 2 weeks. It's more of a 3-week journey for you to get from Hazelthorn to Abercathis.
On the way, we will
Yes.
not stop for it. Don't you worry. We know we need to get to Abercathis. Do we see the remains of this dragon that looks bigger than the town of Hazelthorn on the map?
You pointed this out before. It's just there for aesthetic.
It's huge, Josh. That's bigger than the town.
Yeah, it's also flat. Of course we don't see it.
Yeah, you would need to be closer to. You probably need to go near the ruins that are there to probably
Okay.
see it.
Fine. We
Someday.
get to Abercathis then.
Picking out more things.
We don't look at the cool. You given us a map with cool things on it.
Yeah, I know. It takes it. The journey to Abercathis normally takes 3 weeks. However, it will take you 4 weeks to get there because there is a big sandstorm that comes in, and Zach has to pull out a large sort of tent that he hasn't pulled out before.
No,
But
he doesn't.
Oh yeah, the tower. Just all get in the tower.
We'll just come and hang out in my tower.
Well, that's the thing. How long does the tower last?
24 hours.
Because this sandstorm lasts 7 days.
I can recast it once a day.
Okay. So you get sort of spat out of the tower at the end of the 24 hours, or can you cast it still while
You
it's
can
up?
cast this spell while it's active to maintain the tower's existence for another 24 hours.
Oh, do
You
that
can
then.
create a permanent tower by casting the spell in the same location every day for a year.
Well, if that was every day for a week, there'd just be a permanent
Just like it's
tower
there forever.
randomly there on the side of the road.
But no, so just spend 10 minutes once a day maintaining it, and we've got our little tower.
Yeah, you maintain the tower for a week, and a whole month passes by the time you get to Abercathis, as we're getting close to the end of the session. As you cross over the bridge of the that goes over the Migia River, which is the river that flows and separates the main city of Abercathis from the rest of the desert, you enter into these large open gates, widely open. I know that was a thing that Sean and I had spoken about before, about gates constantly being open and closed. You can see there's lots of guards around, lots of guards on patrol. The city itself is absolutely bustling, but as you get towards where the entrance is, there is a figure stood in the center of the sort of entranceway, an orc with brown skin, tinted green ears, almost sort of spike-like like an orc. This gentleman is a Greens orc. Short black hair, sort of some slight scarring on his face with tusks, wearing the armor of a palace guard. As you all approach, he nods towards all of you, looks towards Zach and says, yeah, mentor, it is good to see you. I didn't think I'd ever see you in Abercathis again. Cadet Stonevale. No longer a cadet, are you? You've taken my job. It is good to see you as well. Why are you greeting us at the gates? I did not make my arrival known to the Queen. Actually, it's not you that I've come here to greet. Are your names Elodie Fogg and Karnan Udric?
Question.
Yes.
Would she know that?
Would she know what?
Would
Queen.
she greet Elodie as Elodie?
Queen?
Yeah.
Oh, the Queen, yes. Yes, the Queen would know you as Elodie, yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm back in character. Yes.
Indeed.
Ah, good. I have been sent here by the Queen of Abercathis to bring you straight to the palace to meet with her. If you would be so obliged to follow me, I will lead you directly there, so you do not have to worry about finding somewhere to sleep and all that. You have been provided beds and accommodation within the palace itself.
Her Majesty is generous. It's just like staring at Udric like, what is going on? And Her Majesty is generous and both also anticipates our intentions here. Oh, that has made things a lot simpler. I thought we were going to have to really beat down the door to speak to her. Wow. How long has she known that we were coming?
She's been expecting you for at least a year, from what I've been told. Well,
Interesting.
she's been expecting you for just about a year, yes, ever since Peripatea came to us.
Perry.
Yes.
Udric Perry is also alive. Have a little more enthusiasm than that, surely. We'll look at the god. Sorry, he is like this sometimes. Is Peripatea still here?
It's a delicate situation, but yes, Peripatea is here, although they are currently not in a position to speak to anybody at the moment. It is better for the Queen to explain it. They're not in any danger. They're not being held captive or anything like that. It is a choice that they made on their own. But it's something that the Queen, I have no understanding of it, to be fair. The Queen would be the better person to speak to about it.
I suppose that does make sense. Last time we saw Perry, they were becoming more aloof as they were coming into who they were.
But please, I must get you to the palace quickly. We've been having some problems in the city of late, and your lives may be in danger, so please come with me.
Oh, all right.
I believe you've heard of the Cult of the Fallen?
Oh, we're just talking about that very openly. Yes, I am familiar.
Yes, they have grown in power, and it is a problem. Please come with me.
It's just gonna use the cloak of many fashions to adjust the headscarf, which has previously been for just like literally protecting the sun rather than disguise, but to create almost more like, not intending it to be cultural dress, but it is more like a hijab covering the face as well. So yeah, there's the whole headscarf situation, so she won't be recognized walking through the city.
Seeing this, Udric's going to assume that is just generally how we're supposed to dress. Get the mustache of disguise out and wear the exact same thing.
Great.
Just changing your clothes to look like that, or are you making yourself look like Elodie?
Just the clothes.
Just the clothes. Although,
but there was a moment where you were tempted, though.
Oh, super tempted.
Although you've got the face covering on, but the moustache is over the top of it.
Yeah.
Because the moustache is always visible. Okay, as you are led through the city, and it's very much a case of this figure who introduced himself, as Gorok Stonevale, the royal guard, one of the royal guards of the palace, one of the lead royal guards of the palace. Instead of leading you through all of the main streets and sort of taking the long way around, he takes you through down a lot of side alleys and shortcuts, and manages to get you to the grand stairs that lead up to the palace, which is something you've only ever really walked past before.
Yeah.
Elodie. University trips to the palace were very rare, and you never got a chance to go because of things that happened in your origin story.
Yeah, she's not special enough to go. Has to stay locked away.
Yes. But as you ascend the stairs and get to the palace, Gorok turns to you. If you would please like to both of you would like to make your way into the palace. I now need to head to the docks to collect some other members who will be joining us for tonight's dinner. The Queen has prepared a feast for all of you.
All of who?
You and I'm not sure who. I just know that I need to meet two others down at the docks. One, Brahm Shatteroak, I believe his name is, Abraham.
Grabs Udric, like bodily grabs Udric's arm. He's okay. And?
I do not know who the other figure is. I just know that somebody else will be with him.
Oh. I suppose it would be weird if it was Visenya turning up. Lucian? Another orc?
I do not know anybody the name of Lucian.
Lily, hopefully.
Lily is not a
Dragon
name that has
King?
come to me either.
All
But
right.
please, go inside, make yourselves at home. Looks towards Zach and Taya. Both of you will be put up in a room as well, but the dinner is a private event, so unfortunately you won't be invited. That sounds really weird to say to you. Sorry. Nope, you're perfectly fine. We'll make ourselves busy, and we'll be available if either of you need us.
Thank you so much for your guidance through the desert. We never would have made it without you.
That's fine. If you get a chance to speak to the Queen, please mention that I do need to speak to her about what is happening.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's on my list. And Taya, the work you've been doing on this journey has been incredible. And I really think that whilst you're here, we can make a difference. So
Thank you.
I'll pass on whatever I can to you.
Yeah, all of the information that I've learned has been so fantastic. And Udric, the way that you were with all of the people on the way here and the way that you used your magic was just so inspirational. If you're ever in the market for a understudy to teach magic to, I would love to learn the type of magic that you use.
I mean, I'll try my best.
I could have been teaching you academic magic this whole time, but if you want to learn plant stuff, then fine. That's fine.
I mean, nature's more my thing, so...
No, sure, I understand. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still very much a student of nature magic myself, but, I can try and pass on what I know.
Thank you. I'd like that very much. And she sort of bows to you, looks at you. Elodie gives you a wink and a smile, and then goes off with her dad as they go off to find their rooms. And as the pair of you make your way further into the palace, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Are we having any guards escort us? Are we just like, oh, okay, we're in the palace then, I guess?
A couple of other guards will come along and will escort you, but Gorok is specifically needed elsewhere.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, Zach can just lead you there because he used to work here, so he
Yeah,
could
but
just
he's
take
not
you to
part of the. He's not part of the palace. Like
That's true.
that would be a massive breach of protocol. Surely.
Yeah, surely, yeah.
This person who used to work for the company, we'll just give you the keys again.
Yeah.
To the palace.
And he's not been here for years. He's not wanted to come back here, but he's had to out of necessity. Anyway, yes, you will be guided in by some other guards. Sorry, Sean?
They've got a new wing now. Like, they've changed the layout. It's all...
Yeah, it's all weird. He
you'll get
walks in one.
lost.
We see as you two walk off with guards escorting you. We watch as Zach and Taya walk off in one direction, and as you two are walking, they walk back in the other way, and you just hear Zach go, "I could have sworn the dormitories were that way at one point," and they go off in a different direction. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We've been Roll Together RPG. If you like what you see, we do D&D content on Mondays, and we do other content throughout the week. Check out join our Discord, and check out our social medias to find out what we do, when we do, and how we do things. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters. Massive thank you to the D20 Club Dice Heads and other tiers on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as $1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Roll Together HQ because they do not have enough of them. They need more. By following all of the links in chat and in the description below. Speaking of the description below, if you are watching us on YouTube, please do consider liking this video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel because it helps the algorithm tell us what you like so we know what to make more of for you. And finally, a massive thank you to Sean and Nat for playing in tonight's session. It's been fantastic. I've loved seeing you two connect over things that are connecting you. So, yeah, we're going to go now.
Thank you, Josh.
Yo,
Thank
shucks.
you.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Bye.